If I stay in Afghanistan, they're going to kill me. Besides, they're going to kill my family, so that's why it's my choice.
What to do with the people Australia employs in war zones? That's a question the government faces. Australian forces in Afghanistan rely on local interpreters. They're the bridge between the diggers, the Afghan National Army and the local population.
It is dangerous. I mean, so many times I have seen the Australian blown up in front of my eyes.
Australia's mentoring mission in Afghanistan is winding down. By the start of next year, there will likely be fewer troops on the ground. That means there might not be a need to employ so many local interpreters.
You can never have enough terps on the ground. I usually go out with a minimum of 2.
Shrubby is a platoon commander. He says he relies on interpreters whenever he leaves base.
There's a lot you can gauge off your interpreters. They pick up things, vibes off the local nationals that you'd overlook.
He doesn't hide his appreciation for their work.
I certainly hope they're looked after. They've worked by our sides the last couple of years. They've been in the same level of danger as we have. Without them over here, we wouldn't have been able to achieve what we have.
When Prime Minister Julia Gillard visited Afghanistan in October, diggers no doubt raised the interpreter's case. But the Defence Department is remaining tight-lipped. In a statement, it says its decisions will be based on the security situation and it will remain committed to ensuring the safety of all our personnel, including local members of staff. This Afghan interpreter's identity has been protected for his own safety. He says he's worked with the Aussies for 3.5 years and that's made him a target.
My mom showed me some letters. So when I saw these letters, there was wrote from the Taliban, hey, look at it. We will give you another chance. You have to quit this job. Otherwise, you're not gonna get killed.
He's concerned about what will happen when the Australians leave.
In Australia, I have no choice. If I stay in Afghanistan, so I'm gonna get killed. So if I pass I'm gonna try to go to Australia. So, and if I don't, so I'm gonna go somewhere else.
They are targeted with threats and violence by the insurgency, so they take a great risk. And the boys respect the interpreters for that.
Major Judd Finger oversees a forward operating base that's home to at least half a dozen interpreters.
I do hope that the interpreters are well looked after and cared for when we leave. I know that there has been past instances such as in Iraq where interpreters were brought back to Australia, but at this stage I can't comment on any formal policy, but I do hope that they are well looked after and their safety is cared for when we leave.
Towards the end of the Iraq War, hundreds of Iraqi interpreters and their families were offered visas and migrated to Australia. Last year, Fairfax revealed that they were secretly whisked out of the country on board Australian Air Force planes. The former Chief of Army would like to see the policy repeated for the Afghans.
And I'd like to think that if they share the dangers, and those dangers extend beyond the period of their employment with the military, that they are seen as part of the team and that we'd offer them similar support as we offered the Iraqis.
The Defence Department won't say how many Afghan interpreters it employs, but the number is potentially in the hundreds.